Hey y'all, it's Molly with Mini Acres, and I have a few different things that I want to share with you today. I'm going to show you how to age a terracotta pot and show you my houseplants, what they kind of look like right now with their new pots, and a little bit of a seed and plant haul that I got at the nursery today because my son's girlfriend wanted me to take her to the nursery, and y'all saw that video of how great that nursery is. So I couldn't help it. It wasn't my fault. So let's just take a look. So here's an overview of what you can see of my pots. What I wound up getting were these kind of modern looking terracotta pots instead of what I went looking for, which was the normal ones like this. That's actually a chocolate pot that I aged. As a matter of fact, here's kind of an example of one that I aged that I'm going to show you. But this was I say chocolate. I'm not sure if that's actually, when you go and look at the store, if it's called chocolate, but it's like a brown color instead of the typical orange terracotta. So there's Mr. Frank waving his forearms. And then I have my 3 new pots, and they're sitting on plates. I've broken most of our dishes. These are cheap plates that came from like Walmart or whatever. I'm pretty sure I got them on clearance. Who knows? Anyway, they work as a drip thingy. Whoa, I'm gonna fall. Spider plant, he's kind of looking a little bit better since he got a major cleaning. Actually, there are bugs. I see bugs. Ants. Can you see? Look, isn't this fun? There's ants in my bathroom. These are just little black sugar ants. So they're kind of harmless, but at the same time, who wants ants in their house? I don't know if those came in from the time that these plants spent outside after getting potted, or if they came in through the window. That's not something I was expecting to see today. Okay, and this plant just lost a big chunk. And I don't know if it's because they got some afternoon sun when they were on the porch for a couple of days. But I don't know, maybe it was just they get to a certain point and they just die off. I'm not sure. My little Chinese money plant is putting on lots of little babies, so that's fun. So this is just a quick update, current situation with my plant shelf. Let me get down here and show you. Ugh. Okay, don't mind the washing machine. This is the only shelf that has any plants on it right now. These are the lettuce that I have not thinned out or up potted that I really need to, but I've already cut some sort of as like baby lettuce for the bunnies, so that's good. And then more seeds that I started because I can't help myself. My Sugar Rush peach, the only plant that I had died, and so I'm trying to restart some seeds and just see if I can grow some more. Tweety melon and Kajari melon actually worked starting the seeds inside, so that's good. And I have 1 roselle and honeydew. So these are guys that'll get transplanted outside soonish. Same with some different okras, which after cleaning out the garden, pulling weeds, I did find some plants that are alive, so maybe they'll be okay. All of my okra and some of these seeds all had the shells stuck on them, and so you see some of them broke off. I don't know what happened. I promise this, it was very, very moist. The soil was plenty moist, so I don't know why everybody got stuck. My mini bell, you can see those did not come up. And then Serrano, see how it's kind of stuck on there? I have 1 little sad looking shishito. Cosmos. What else? Little cucamelons. Yay, we got some germination finally. Tromboncino Squash. That looks kind of creepy looking. I'm not sure if I should touch him. Cucuzzi have not come up yet. Some Calendula. I'm really happy about that more than anything. 1 ancho poblano. Upland cress. And then what do we have here? We have some more zucchini and butternut squash. These are the seeds that I got from Abby because I needed to reseed them. And so these will go out in the garden soon too. These are suckers I cut off of my Dr. Wyche's because if I can regrow anything for my fall garden, maybe I can keep these alive that long. This is something I definitely want more of. And what is this one? This one is my Birdie Rouge Micro Dwarf that I need to probably put it in something more long-term if I'm going to keep it inside for it to grow under the grow lights. I don't think I want to take it outside. I think I just want to grow this one inside. And so this is a mess that I'm going to clean up and show you a beautiful after. But for now, let's take a peek. This one's new. This is hidden ginger. Apparently it's edible, but it's supposed to make a really pretty flower, and my cousin took, she divided hers, and look at this. This is Swiss chard that's just not, it's not gonna die. These are some plants that my son's girlfriend got at the nursery. And I'm giving her strawberries. I'm gonna have to show y'all where I wound up actually pulling plants out of this strawberry pot and had way more runners and plants in it than I realized. And because I was gonna cut the runners off, but then I thought if I let them get roots and then cut them off, I'll have plants that put on strawberries but also still be able to save the runners and not have the plants putting all their energy into making runners. Okay, so ignore the blue paint cans. Those are for a different project. But the big pot, this is like my example of the ones that I did. I aged these pots, and I got another pot, and I expected, it was the biggest pot they had, and I was kind of suspicious that it was too small, and sure enough it's too small, but we're gonna do it anyway. So, a little bit of story time. Can you see behind me? There is what we're working with. That pot had been broken before. It had been cracked, and I had like glued it back together, reinforced it, and it lasted for years and years. These pots are well over 10 years old. And of course, I happened to look out the window just as Rusty, it's always his fault, isn't it? He was rubbing his head on the rocking chair, which knocked something else over, which knocked something else over. And then I heard a crash, and it was because things that had been propped up out here that shouldn't have been out here fell over and busted the pot. And I've actually already used shards of it for the pots that I just showed you in the house in the new terracotta pots. I put them on the bottom, you know, for drainage. So this is what we're working with. Now we have a naked fern that needs a pot. So even though the one that I got at Lowe's is actually not as big as I wanted, I'm going to go ahead and use that one, and later on I'll go and find the right size and do that one too. But I just want to go ahead and get this one in a pot, so they won't be exactly the same, but that's fine. Another story, see those bags of black oil sunflower seeds? The other day my oldest was leaving to go to work, and a man stopped and said, he was one of our neighbors, and he said, hey, I have these bags of birdseed that I need to get rid of, and I'm just giving them away. Are y'all the ones that have the geese? You can't see our geese from the road. Like, the only way that someone would know we have geese is if they've come to our house, or the one neighbors that can see down the hill to see our property. So my guess is they can hear our geese far and wide, which I thought was kind of funny. Anyway, so apparently either that or, you know, people are just talking about the crazy lady that has all of the animals. That's me. So he gave us these sunflower seeds, which is great because I'm going to use those, you know, to supplement our chickens and other birds' diets. When I opened one bag, though, they were moldy on top, so that was kind of like, I got to get rid of some of these. And then the other thing is I'm probably going to go ahead and also try to plant some, because I'm pretty sure that's something that people do. Don't people buy these kind of sunflower seeds to plant? Why not? Anyway, before I do the pot, I'm going to go ahead and also show you what I got at the nursery. That's not my fault. These seeds were 89 cents a pack. There's no way I could pass those up, because these were things that I actually really wanted, and for 89 cents, what do you know, we can't beat that. I got more nasturtiums. I already have jewel mix nasturtiums, but I probably only have like 4 or 5 seeds left in my bag, or in my pack. This is a Tetra Mix Snapdragon. I was watching somebody's videos who had Snapdragons, and I was like, I gotta get some Snapdragons. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. Same thing with poppies. Somebody had poppies, and I was like, I need poppies. So I'm gonna grow those. I had just ordered some Calendula. This is Pacific Beauty Mix. I don't know what the difference is between this mix and the mix that I ordered from Mary's Heirlooms, but who cares? I got Butter Crunch lettuce. That's for my fall garden. And I got chives, because I think I've mentioned that my chives never came back that were in my garden before, and I just hadn't replaced them. And it was one of those things that like you look at the little pot of chives that you can buy that's like $3 or $4. And I was like, yeah, but I could get seeds and then I could have tons and tons of chives. So it's not, you know, like I'm justifying 89 cents and having saved $4, right? Okay, so for my garden, I got it's called Pesto Perpetuo basil, and I got it because it's variegated. And it's so pretty. I don't need any more basil, right? Like who needs more basil? But it smells so good and it's so pretty, and it came home with me. So see, like instead of spending $4 on chives, I spent $4 on a basil. That impressed me more. I got a lavender. This one's already got a bloom on it. I've mentioned before that lavender doesn't grow well here, so I'm hoping that because this lavender was being sold at our local nursery, that this is one that will survive here and will do well here. We shall see. It says Lavender Primavera. I had not heard of a Primavera variety, but she's pretty. She smells good. I finally got my hands on some thyme. All my friends have thyme, and I've been saying I needed more thyme. So it was $2.49 for this little thyme, and I think I know where I'm going to put these guys. I'm pretty sure I'm fixing to pull my elephant garlic, and so that's going to open up a spot where I'm probably going to put all 3 of these things plus some of my seeds, just because it'll be an open spot once I pull that garlic. And then I got a houseplant. This is String of Tears. Can you see it? I've seen String of Pearls and I've seen String of Dolphins, but I've not seen any of those in person. I've never seen them actually in a nursery. I've only seen them on other people's videos. So I had a feeling if I didn't get it, it was $4. I had a feeling if I didn't get it, I would be sad and regret it. So I have an idea. Let me show you the pot. This pot is like the chocolate or brown terracotta pot that I showed you in my bathroom window. I had a smaller one. I don't remember what used to be in here, but you can see that I had aged this one as well. But I don't know what happened. I don't know what I had in here or where I put it, but apparently it got wet. It stayed wet. And so it just looks, it doesn't, instead of looking aged, it just looks kind of gross. So I'm going to freshen this up when I do the other pot as well. And so what I'm going to do is put, this is going to live in here, and then I'm going to make a hangy thing, and I'm going to hang it. That's the plan, and in my mind, it's a great idea. So stay tuned for that. Okay, this is the stuff I'm using. It's just spackling. You could use probably any kind of putty, spackly stuff, so long as it's white or dries white. I just bought this one because it was the cheapest one that I saw when I was at Lowe's. I probably already have stuff around the house, but there's been times where I thought I had some of this, and when I opened it, it was all dried up. So for $3 or $4, I went ahead and got it so that I wouldn't be angry about not being able to do my project. So let's do this. Ignore the fact that my front door needs to be repainted badly. Sweet Pea, do you want to go inside? Come on. You want to go in? Come on. Go ahead. Come on. All right. This is very, very technical. So here's this putty stuff. Here's an airplane. Let's just wait. So you can see on this pot how I went all the way around just sort of randomly. Did I already tell you that I did this like before there was such a thing as Pinterest? And I mean, I never followed any YouTube channels, but I was heavily into following blogs, and I followed so many blogs that did like DIY, home decor, really cute stuff. Just it was kind of an obsession. But you can see that all these years, though, it has sort of done its own little aging where it's dirty, you know, but that's from its natural aging. So this is a neat way to buy cheap pots but make them kind of look like those fancy expensive pots, or I don't know, I don't even remember where, you know, what this idea stemmed from. But we'll go back where you were. Okay, so here's our inspiration, and then this one is still gonna look new because, I mean, I guess technically I could probably get some like mud and rub on it as well to sort of try to catch it up to the dirty-ish aged look, but I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do this. So this is gonna be messy, and I could probably wear a glove, but I'm not. So I'm gonna show you. Here we go. Let's see, can you see that? This is really technical and really hard to do. And then give a little texture. Isn't that neat? So this is imitating like mold, I think, or mildew growth. I'm not really sure what it's imitating, but it's imitating some sort of natural aging that happens if you have these kind of pots in your little cottage garden or in your little potting shed, somewhere in like the Beatrix Potter world. So I ended up going a little thicker because I noticed as it was drying that it was fading quite a bit. So we'll see when this dries if I need to add another layer or if I need to sand it or do anything like that. Okay, and here's the little one that this one I think I'm going to go a little more heavy-handed and just make it really textury. Since the whatever happened to it that made it look kind of yellow and more dirty, more kind of gross. Let's just see what happens. So is this kind of project making you like twitch? Are you like grossed out? Or do you want to play in some putty too? Okay, this is turning out awful. This is really bad. I wonder if I can take some of it off. I want to try to like, this is just really bad. This was too much. I got carried away. I don't know. We're gonna let this dry and see if that brown icky color comes back through or if I need to sand it. So I don't know if I'll show you the end result on this video, probably not, but I'll show you in another video. So I'm gonna let this dry. There we go. So it's a semi-after. Like, block that out. And then this side over here, you know, block out these other things. It works. I'll probably come back and sand it later because that sounds familiar, like maybe that's what I did. But it's really hot out here right now, so I think I'm done. I think this counts as a spring outdoor project for 2020. one that Nikki over at The Everyday Life of an OCD-ish Chick, she put out a challenge for everyone to show off what they're working on for the spring for their outdoor projects. So we're outside, so this counts, right? And yeah, so I hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye. Weirdo.